Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Median XL Sigma change notes. Now, before I begin, there will be no gameplay whatsoever. This is just going to be me reading the patch notes for Sigma, the most anticipated Median XL version or update ever. It'll be coming out this Friday, noon, where I live, and I will attempt to get the stream up of that as soon as possible. I only found out that this changelog was released just a few minutes ago. I have not read any of this, so basically this is just going to be me reading the changelog and giving my views on it. I did this a long time ago for Median 2017, and people seem to want this, so let's get started. The Sigma core resolution and field of view has been increased to 1024 by 768, which is up from the classic resolution of 800 by 600. Very good. Glide settings if I wish to further stretch window size without losing. Okay. The user interface has been updated to bring it up to modern game standards. I'm not sure what that means, but hopefully that will be an awesome... Oh, who am I kidding? That will be awesome. All skill cooldowns are now dynamically calculated, meaning that lag will not make the cooldown appear extended. Okay. Skills of a different group no longer share cooldowns. Thank God. Stats such as physical resistance and magic resistance now appear on the character sheet. That's cool. Although, if you have D2 Stats Reader, you could look at that too. Unless Sigma's going to be incompatible with that, which I doubt it would be, given that that comes with the very helpful drop notifier. I hope that will still be compatible. New configuration menu has been implemented. Hotkey settings, notification settings. Includes things such as notifications for new skill stat points, gear durability, decay. I'll just have to look at that when I get to it, I guess, when I play the game. Interface settings includes options for always showing mana, HP, displaying game name and password. Oh, okay. Video and sound settings, nothing there. Objects such as Canstone, Shrines, Heraldric Staff, Altar, Talrasha Tomb, and Act 5 waypoints now appear when map reveal is used. Thank God. But on the other hand, well, thank God for the Karen Stones, because that was always the most obnoxious part of finding, trying to get to the cow level. Because if you would load up a new game, you'd have to find that again. Luckily now we could just find that. And Act 5 waypoints, I'll no longer have to tell people how to find it. Because, like, I figured out how to find them, even though map reveal didn't reveal it. But, you know, now I'll no longer have to do that. Now this is the saddest part here, from what I could see. Support for Windows XP, Vista, D2SE, and Plug-Y has been dropped due to incompatibility. And they're aiming to implement stash pages in the future. That's sad that Plug-Y is no longer compatible, but I'll be playing on Sin War, so that won't be a huge problem. And it sucks that D2SE isn't compatible, because that's how I used to always play Sigma. Or, not Sigma, but other versions of Median XL. So, quality of life. Town Portal is now an innate skill with a 10-second cooldown, meaning that we don't have to buy Town Portal scrolls again. So in that regard, it'll be sort of like the excuse me, Town Portal skill from Vanilla Diablo 1. Except it probably won't cost mana since it's an innate skill. All items which drop from monsters are automatically identified once picked up. Hopefully that won't be buggy in Sigma's release. I doubt it would, but hopefully that won't cause problems. come Friday. Waypoints are gold and automatically collected when you walk over them. Okay. Well, gold is always automatically collected in Median 2017. Waypoints being automatically collected, that's pretty good. Can't complain about that. As a result of larger resolution, inventory and stash space has been increased, thankfully. And more items on gambling screen, including... Oh, good! Including rings and amulets again. So hopefully I'd be able to get, for example, an Emprian band just by gambling. I never relied on that, but I did use that a little bit in excuse me, in Ultimative. Gear is automatically re-equipped in town after death. Potions no longer vacate your belt every time you die. Thank God. Anyone who complains about that is retarded, because that is by far the best thing I could hear for quality of life so far. No longer lose experience or gold on death. Thank God, because that'll make level 121 grinding less obnoxious. But then again, that was the old version. I know in Sigma you'll be able to get to like level 150, I think. And it'll be hard to say whether or not the, well, I'm sure this will say it later, but it'll be hard to say if that'll be a problem if the Cabraxis stones are a real high level. Respawning after death now has a 5-second cooldown. This change was made to counteract the removal of gold and experience loss upon death. Cool. This also discourages players from suicide rushing endgame content, which I've probably done a few times. Area level now optionally displays in the upper right corner of the screen, which will be very helpful for farming and experience grinding, since I know they've implemented varying area levels for Ubers, such as Cow level, Duncraig, etc., to encourage people to run other areas. Added options to display hide game name and or game okay. Cow portal to Cow level can now be created in any town. Cool, but if you still need Wart's leg to make that, then it wouldn't really matter, I don't think. And difficulties just reverted back to their normal names. Okay, I got no thoughts on that. I also have my mouse on screen just so you can see where I'm looking at. Let's see. Map reveal is now accessible via user interface by pressing R while in game. I'm fine with that. Hotkey for no pickup by default is X. Okay. Hotkey has been added for the transmute button, C by default. Excellent. You now control click to move drop items from inventory to stash, cube, or ground. I'll have to practice that, but I think that will be a pretty useful hotkey. Alright, let's see. Diablo 2 bug fixes. Fixed a bug that caused the game to crash if a cinematic was played while running the game with no sound. Okay. Fixed a bug that made the game crash if certain speed values were used. I'm just going to say speed values. Fixed a bug that made the game crash if charms had no affixes available. I assume this is talking about vanilla Diablo 2. Fixed many percentage calculations that led to overflows. Oh yeah, which caused side effects like the damage cap. I assume that's also the same thing that led to heroic shields back in the day. Fixed a bug feature that prevented druids to die while morphed. Okay, that was in XVI. I remember that. Fixed a bug that caused characters to resurrect in a ghost state if they received life after dying. I can't say I know offhand what that's referring to, but whatever. Fixed a bug with level palettes when switching acts. Oh, I think I know what it's referring to there, but I'm not sure. Pardon me, I just need to get some water. Should have done that before recording this. Fixed a bug that prevented Whirlwind from triggering chance to cast skills. Fixed a bug that made the game pick unintended monster for bosses in hell difficulty. Broke hotkeys using chat in Heradric Cube. Okay. I guess to make up for the hotkeys up here. Bug that caused sprites to disappear. Okay, that was... Okay, I know what that one's talking about. Fixed various glitches with stat requirements. Oh, I think... Okay, I think that's referring to, like, being able to... Not being able to wear items after death and such. That could be wrong. Fixed a bug that caused life, mana, and stamina to roll over on the client when it went past this number, which is... I think that number is 2 bytes in binary. So, fixed a bug that caused redundant CPU usage in a loop. Okay. Bug that made game withdrawal or game draw null missiles, wasting performance. Okay. Caused ethereal item bonuses to be applied more than once if it was re-rolled. Fixed a bug that made the game freeze when trying to enter a portal at the same time you died. Oh, I've had that happen, and that sucks. 1336 no longer crashes the game, apparently. Bug that fixed a bug that causes portals to not display level names properly. I've not seen that, but I'm sure it happened. Fixed a bug that caused items granting an aura to not reapply after death, and fixed the bug that enabled carrying more than one charm under certain circumstances. Alright, now for the real meat of the changes. Yep, max character increased to 150. Modified area level ranges on Nightmare from 51 to 115 to 51 to 100. I assume that also includes Uber areas. And then A-level ranges on Hell from 120 to 105 to 120. Endgame zones modified. A-level ranges from 120 to 105 to 150. Luckily, with the area level being displayed, we'll know what areas to farm and when. Oh, what? Rifts? Rifts? And dungeons have level requirements, starting at 105, and each difficulty block unlocks after 5 levels. That could be awesome, but at the same time, I could see it being a bit linear, because people who've watched my stuff for any length of time knows that I run the same couple Ubers with every build, and very seldom do other ones, although I have started implementing a Quavsin into all of my playthroughs recently. So I could see this being more repetitive, I guess, but at the same time, that it will prevent people like me playing Median for the first time running into the Kingdom of Shadow on Players 8 on Hatred and getting one-shotted, because that did happen. So let's see. I'm curious to see what these rifts are. Experience formula revamp. Level 100 should be reachable by start of Hell without rerunning areas. Good. Level 101 to 120 will now take more time to achieve, and there's no huge experience gaps from level 121 to 125. Excellent. Excellent. Multiple improvements on normal and especially Nightmare experience scaling. And removal... Okay, that... Removal of experience penalty make boss hunting less punishing during leveling. Can't argue with that. Signets of learning limit reduced to 400 instead of 5. That might suck, but it might be fine. I don't know. I will have faith that this won't be that bad, because it's not like I ever went to 500 anyway. SUs now have varying level requirements and eye levels. Oh. Okay, that'll be interesting, because they used to all be level 100. Which means some uniques will only drop in the hardest stages. And there's no more experience signets. Okay, I wanted to see that. Okay, I'll post the link to this in the description if anyone wants to read this. Because like I've read all this, and I'm not going to read all that unless this ends up being really short. So changes to resistances. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna read it anyway. I'll basically just read the main parts. Okay, this part I already read. Yeah, this I already read. It is unfortunate to see new players give up before making it to the last difficulty. Okay. How do I... One of the main issues was how is the new player supposed to know where I shouldn't be here yet? Through trial and error, my good man. That's how. I learned through natural selection that I should not be in the red areas until destruction difficulty. Because I got... Actually, hold on. This situation pretty much sums up how I learned not to avoid these areas. These kind of situations led players to the thought of, the hell is this mod, when they jumped into Chapel of Vandy during Act 1 progress, or being one-shotted by a flying barrel in Duncraig, a zone accessible from the cold plains. In fairness, the game does warn you that it's in red text, so you originally was in red text, so you should not have been there. And I did learn that the hard way. So the solution consists of placing a level requirement that are not part of the original storyline. Forget about obnoxious T-Cow games. Play the game without rerun. Okay, level 100. And then, yeah, endgame quests gradually unlock and become available. So yeah, more new players have a clue of difficulty progression, more focused goals and less bouncing around quests like me. System of unlocking quests as I go will be more enjoyable as it feeds the feeling of progress. More motivation to level up and farm experience as the hardest quests will require high levels. Progressive availability will lead to farming density. I'm just being silent because I'm reading this myself. I haven't read through this thoroughly. Character monster cap of 125 is removed. Okay, I already read all this. Linear decrease of experience efficiency at high levels. Okay, eye level diversification on items. For example, super rare items only drop from level 120 plus monsters. Heroic quests, mirrors of existing areas with much higher A level with appropriately adjusted stats and rewards. Quests with dynamic A level that scale infinitely depending on character level. And possibility to continue adding new areas the game for leveling above 140 with future patches. I could see those being absurdly hard. Okay, so that's pretty much all that I could see. Stuff that's actually changed. So anyway, sorry about that little tangent if you didn't like it. If you did, you're welcome. Changes to resistance. And this is one that will definitely affect casters. It'll affect every build, but mostly casters. Most of the monsters in Median have had their immunity removed. All bosses on Hell difficulty now receive 20% more damage from magic sources compared to Median 2017. This was done to compensate for the fact that magic damage has no special properties, unlike physical, leech, and elemental pierce. I see. So they'll have 20%. I guess they basically have 20% less magic resistance, I would assume, though I could be wrong. All regular enemy immunities replaced with absorb. Damage from the absorbed source is reduced by 25, 50, and 75% on respective difficulties. Does that mean that eventually stuff will start healing? Like, if something has, say, 75% fire resistance, does this mean that using stuff like Bloodstorm, Ring of Light, Flame Strike, etc. might actually heal them? I would assume no, because it's not above 100, but I'm not sure. Like, I would have to eventually play a caster to see how this would affect anything. But we'll see, I guess. Previously, endgame bosses reduced the duration of poison applied to them by 90+% if they weren't straight up immune, and now it's been reduced to 50. That'll make poison casters more viable for uber farming. Duration reduction is maintained to counteract double dip effect of resistance pierce, but only for poison damage. I guess to prevent poison casters from being OP. Okay, regular monster resistances. Let's see. No resistance to magic whatsoever. 10% physical on Hell, and 15% elemental on Nightmare, but 35% elemental on Hell. This includes poison. Global absorb distribution has been improved. For example, there used to be significantly more fire immune enemies compared to other elements. True. The level distribution of absorbs has also been improved. There used to be zones which 90% of the monsters were immune to one element. I see what it's saying there. Monsters that previously had physical immunity will now have 60% damage reduction. I'm just reading X resistance to physical damage as damage reduction. I could see barbarians being even more overpowered with that. Movement speed. So run walk toggle has been disabled, so you can no longer accidentally run. Sprint replaces run. Lasts 5 seconds and is significantly faster than old running. Effects may be added by skills passives when sprinting. Removes stamina gain per level of vitality. Removes stamina stats on most items. Yeah, because that was pretty much useless even in vanilla Diablo 2. Much less Median, where all the numbers were increased by huge numbers. Okay, this is stamina now versus vanilla D2. Blah blah blah. No longer need stand still to initiate stamina regen. Morphs now have same walking speed as the character instead of being slower and can run. Unfortunately, I already did the Trap Rat Druid, although I would like to see how the Trap Rat looks running. Ditto to the Tree Warden. Character-based movement speed increased. Can't complain about that. FRW for most items removed. Oh, okay. Boots can now spawn with an innate movement speed regardless of rarity. Middle values are weighted to be most common. I don't know. That could be good, that could be bad. Skill speeds have been removed. All player skills will now modify item equivalents. Skill speeds often confused players and caused inordinate character speeds endgame, both of which were undesirable. Not sure what this is referring to, but and someone in the comments can clarify this for me, but that's what it says. Monster slow effects reduced by 40%, which I know I've been slowed to death before by stuff. Velocity slow on armors and shields reduced by 40%. Thank God. So basically, I can wear ancient armor now and gothic shields without being real slow. Changes to the gold economy. We want gold to be a balanced resource, and going forward, previously obtaining gold was trivial and involved selling garbage items to vendors. That's what I did. We could never add truly useful endgame purchases for this resource. The changes to gold and Sigma aim to address this. Merchants have had enough and will no longer pay top coin for my shit. I know it says rubbish, but yes. Everyone who's watched my videos for any length of time knows I picked up garbage ass items and got 500,000 gold for it. Gold drops from monsters have been increased greatly. The only way to make more gold now is to kill more monsters. Well, looks like it's back to Island of the Sunless Sea and farming cave snappers for me. Greater gold signets now gives 60% less gold. So if the formula is the same, that means it'll go from 300,000 at level 120 to, I believe, 120,000, if my math is correct. Though I'm pretty sure it is, but I could be wrong. I think it's something like that. Greater and superior potions prices increased. Oil prices have increased. Well, I would say that would suck for getting the gift box, but I know the gift box has been removed. Larzuk has colluded with the merchant cartel, and Mystic Orb prices are now the same in every town. So basically, I can't go to Act 5 and get them for cheaper, which I don't know if I ever explicitly stated that in any of my playthroughs, but he did sell them for less. Rings and amulets may be gambled for merchants once again. At endgame appropriate prices. We will add other useful purchases in future patches. I would love to be able to purchase great runes. Just saying, because Taroja farming is obnoxious. Though I doubt they'll ever do that. Item descriptions. Multiple descriptions have been changed in order to improve clarity and fix redundancies. Most affix have been simplified, blah 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 blah. Better chance of magic items is magic find. Okay. Which is what everyone in every community calls it. Life replenished is now life regenerated per second, which is good. Speed affixes are no longer double positive or double negative. Okay. All resistance are now elemental resistances in order to prevent confusion with the addition of physical and magical resistances. To me, that's a bit unnecessary, but I can understand why they did that. When your enemy is slain has been renamed on death blow. Okay. Now for the game. The monsters. Each boss/super unique has its own portrait and life bar that appears on the screen without having to hover over them. Okay, I can't particularly... I don't know if that's gonna... I think that's gonna be pretty cool, but... I'm not sure how that'll work with stuff like Asmodan. Actually, that's a bad example, since he doesn't summon anything targetable. Monsters in Mid-Nightmare onwards drop half as many potions. Although, by this point, you should have life on kill, life on striking, or life leech, so that should be fine. All bosses are no longer affected by crushing blow. That will fuck up the cheesing of bosses of builds such as Trap Rat, who can easily get 100% Crushing Blow. Monsters which have on death skills now cast them less often, but they're more damaging. So, the Masada's Fire Nova, for example. The Detonator Fireball. Oh. Act 1 monsters now have increased health. I don't know. That one, I'm willing to see. I think that'll be fine, but I'll see. Act bosses no longer drop guaranteed uniques on Nightmare and Hell. Bullshit. I do not like that. I like running Diablo to see what sacred uniques I could get. And the Titans removed immunity auras. Yeah, no wonder, because you could put yourself in a no-win situation if you're a caster who used, say, lightning and fire. Also, it'd make reanimator builds pretty OP, I think. Reduced size of pests in the sewers. I can't complain about that, because I never cared for them. Removed vultures from Arcane Sanctuary. Oh, thank God. I hated being able to select them but not hit them. So, elite monsters can now drop world drops, like Belladonna extracts. Okay. Stonehammer Demon. Now use Earthquake instead of SOR. I guess to try to reduce lag. Djinn reduce damage of Immolation Bomb so you wouldn't get one-shotted. Oh, I just mentioned the Detonator. Proc increased to 100 but deals less damage. Dark Champion uses Sunstrike instead of Ambush. Not sure what Ambush is, but it uses Sunstrike now. Steel Crusher deals cold damage. Rust Storm slows significantly less on normal and nightmare. Oh, thank God. Oh, but not on hell difficulty. Oh, damn. Multi-hit of lightning wall reduced for shock monkeys. Thank God, because I would always get one-shotted by these fucks, even with max lightning resist. Broken Soul. Glacius spike. Damage reduced by 25%. Chill now lasts for a second, up from 0.2 of a second. Thank God for the removal of Spell Disabling Aura. And Pork Chop replaced with Elite Blood Rogues and are completely removed. Thank God for them again, because Lord knows I've bitched about these things enough. Skull Clan. Shamans now summon 25% less goats per corpse, and summoned goats give less experience. I thought summoned goats gave 0 resistance in the beginning, but I could be wrong. Mutilator damage reduced by 50%. Now, Summoners Rejoice. Reduced Mangler damage, and added ND to Stormcrow's skill. I'm probably going stupid, but I don't know what ND stands for. But that'll be easier for low defense builds. Crusader. Reduce damage and seek range and no longer attack through walls. Another quality of life improving change. Knight of Death uses a time strike instead of the stat reduction curse. Thank God again. Okay, all of these changes have been positive from what I've seen. Wandering Sarandash removed. Another positive change. I hate these fucks. Reduce shock flower level. And for Onyx Knights, for Tree of Life, reduce HP on normal. That doesn't really matter. Ice Clan removed chance to cast Widowmaker on death. I claim bullshit that it's only 25%. The leader was 100. I think the rest were 0. Warp Aura now reduces potion effectiveness by 50%, as opposed to just not having it work at all. And K. Hagen reduced pack size and sound processing related lag. Veteran monsters no longer perma-stun you with melee attacks. No more stun fucking. Landmass. Cast Doom instead of SOR and deals slightly reduced damage. Okay. Glowing Blob deals 20% more damage. Okay. Act bosses no longer have 75% chance to avoid on hell difficulty. Okay. Duriel increased HP but lowered damage and attack rating. So I guess that would just be me beating the shit out of him then. Bale increased defense and reduced HP on normal, reduced HP in Nightmare, fixed a bug with Stormcall during doing pure physical. Oh, so that's what so that's what that lightning attack is. Okay. I'll read out this and I'll end this part and I'll just continue it to the next part of this. I had to do this in the 2017 vlog reading too. Super uniques. Resist mods are now capped. Prince object. Okay, reduced group size on normal. Reduced damage for Nightmare on Griswold. Gift box is no longer there. I already said that. New unique item replaces gift box. Huh. Okay. Spawns improved version on all difficulties. I'm curious to see what that is. It's probably just like a tier unique or something, but I'm curious. Wait a minute. Wait, this unique must be found and cannot be upgraded, and cannot be disenchanted. Stuff from the gift box couldn't be disenchanted either. I'm curious to see how this is, or what this is, and avoid replaced with increased life, though that wouldn't really matter if you have a powerful one-hit kill target skill. Radiment's damage is reduced. That's only a problem for Thunderstone and Lightning Wall. This guy, reduce HP on Nightmare and just reduce damage. Now spawns Portal to Tal Rasha on death as opposed to using Dark Portal. Remember to open up a town portal then before going in there. Don't be like me and forget to open up a town portal. Flower Prowler removed. Control Dumont damage reduced. Magda. Reduced damage on Hive. Thank God. Slightly reduced HP on Nightmare. Bayard Kulik. Replaced with Ice Claw the Merciless, who spawns Shadow Selves. Okay. Goma. Reduced HP on all difficulties, but increased damage on normal. Okay. Infernal Contraption. Reduced spawn rate on normal. Okay, if you were going here on normal, then what the hell's wrong with you? Increased HP on the other two difficulties. This dude. New super unique in Halls of the Dead level 3. Opens a portal to Tranathela. Also, oh, okay, so Halls of the Dead level 3 is back. Oh, here's another one. Geed's Mentor. New super unique in Stony Tomb level 2 opens up portal to Island of the Sunless Sea. Okay. Narthal. Super unique on Ariat Summit. Opens a portal to Old Ariat Summit instead of one of the Ancients. I want to see what that looks like. Izzy. Removed. Avoidant increased life to compensate. Now opens portal to the Diamond Gates. High Heavens on death. Okay. Shank the Overseer. I assume that'll still be Judgment Day. Shank the Overseer. Now is Overseer Sprite. Okay. So back to the old sprite. And it's reworked. We'll have to see on that. Metallic Stormblast proc removed due to severe desync now that Whirlwind is able to trigger procs and has 30% physical resistances. All Ancients now have regular monster resist as opposed to 0. So this is about 40 minutes. I'll stop this part and move on to part 2. So I'll see you guys in a moment.